it magnifies it and makes it better. Because a lot of times when I was listening to y'all, you know, so that's why
it's so many like kinks that I want to work out.
You get them.
But I had to move.
I
couldn't just wait on it.
You'll get them. You'll get them. Hit. I'm still working out kinks. 8 years later.
But you started.
So, yeah, you did too. Right. Yeah, you did too. So.
Who picked out stuff? This is true. It really is.
Oh.
You surprised me.
Yeah.
Who picked
Well, actually, they did it. I just pretty much gave the layout of what I was looking for.
Okay.
I had to leave on my first 7-day cruise, which was putting me flying to Houston, staying in Houston, so it made me be gone for 10 days.
Okay.
So before I left, I knew the Lord told me, and I told him, I said, I'm not going to be able to complete this building. So, but what's going to happen is...
We ain't going into detail right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, we already got a couple.
You on both?
Yeah.
All right, so we good on my side.
Okay. So, good afternoon, you guys. I don't even know how to. I'm so used to fiddling with my hands because I be so nervous. Now I got something in my hand. But welcome to Let's Talk About It. And today we are sitting here with Pastor Delphine Lee. She is one of my mentors. She has actually encouraged me to do so much in my personal life, in my business life, and a lot of aspects of my life. She is truly a great person, and I love her so much. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about her before we get started with our interview today. So, Miss Delphine.
I'm still trying to find out who she is, baby.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about what you know then. Okay.
Oh boy, naturally born Delphine Lee, born and raised right here in Arp, Alabama. I have 3 children. That is Labrisha Lee. She lives outside of Atlanta. And then there is Justin, which is known as Fuzzy. And then there is Quinn, which is known as, he don't want me to tell his nickname. So he hear this right here. I have to hear all that. Mama, yeah, go on there. So, but Quinn. So I have 3 grandchildren and 6 bonus grandchildren. I am the pastor of, formerly it was and still is in certain aspects, Total Restoration Empowerment Ministries, aka TRIM, which has gone through a conversion now to come into what is called the LG Center.
Okay.
And I am, I don't know if you would call me the face behind Tasty Treats. I wouldn't say I'm the face behind Tasty Treats. I don't like that. I'm gonna say I'm the motivation behind Tasty Treats.
Right.
That's what I am. I'm the motivation behind Tasty Treats. So Tasty Treats and More, which is the actual name, because it houses so many different things. So that's who I be.
Okay. So, and like always, you guys, at the end of the interview, we're going to have a question and answer where you guys can ask questions, and then, I'll open the floor where you can ask me questions as well. Okay. All right, so childhood, before we, got into a trim, the LG Center, which is gorgeous, by the way, Tasty Treats, Girl Talk, any of those things, before that, any of that happened, how was childhood for Miss Delphine growing up in Alabama?
Whew. I would have to say I had a typical childhood. Some aspects I wish it could have been better, but I think that is probably everybody's testimony that they wish it could have been better. Being born and raised here in seeing a lot of different things. I ended up going as far as into the 10th grade. When I got 16, I ended up dropping out of school, which would later, when I became, later in my 20s, I ended up getting my GED and all, but I had Labrisha at 15. And so with having Labrisha at 15, while I was pregnant with her, I think it was somewhere around 5 months, her dad went to prison.
Okay.
So that left me with this baby.
Right.
You know, to deal with this baby and all. I had some help, you know, Miss Spook and Teddy Hill and Treese, you know, and even Silk.
Right.
You know, so they were intricate parts with helping me. Kat and Ricky Oates were amazing.
Right.
With they were amazing. That's why my respect for them will always be. With helping me diapers and different little things. So, but I ended up dropping out of school at 16 because of having to become a full-time mother. You know.
Okay. I did an interview with some single mothers. Would you consider yourself being a single mother with the help that you had?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely a single mother.
That was just a question I had asked both of the girls at the end.
Yeah.
You know,
A scared single mother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, definitely a single mother. You're 15 years old, you know, and I had a C-section at 15.
Okay.
So you just imagine, you know, I'm 15 years old, I've been cut.
Right.
And all this little type of stuff. So I got to learn a whole lot of things, you
Right.
know. I didn't even know how to comb hair. Amy Sotomayor taught me how to braid. You know,
Right.
and so, you know, very, very few, you know, people were vital in certain aspects of things that I needed. So having to learn how to comb this child's hair,
Right.
you know, and still, I'm a young girl, so I'm still trying to do young girl things too.
Right.
But I still gotta be a mother.
At the same
So
time.
it literally provoked me to have to grow up,
Right.
you know. So it pushed a lot of my youth out. It was grow up time. So, yeah.
Okay. So I know that had to be a really impactful moment. You know, when you had the child, well, had Labrisha. I ain't gonna say child because I know.
Yeah.
So when you had Bree, you know, that was a wake up call for you. Now, I still consider 18, 19 still kind of in the teenage years. How was that, like, raising her? Because especially hadn't came into play at this point.
He came when I was 19.
Okay.
When I had him. It was different. It was different. Like I said, I'm still trying to be a teenager and still trying to do teenage things.
Right.
You know, the wreck was popping.
Okay.
So I want to go to the wreck.
Hold on, I got a question. Which one was Bree? The wreck was
Down below my mom's house. Right beside my mom's house.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the wreck. So the wreck was popping. You know, DJ Fry and all of those, all this stuff was popping, but so I'm trying to be a part of that, but
Right.
also got this child. And take to mind, I was raised by a single woman.
Right.
So with being raised by a single woman, she was already trying to raise me. And so I can recall when it came out that I was pregnant, it was somewhat of an animosity because she was like, I'm already, you know, struggling trying to take care of you, and then
Right.
here you is done come up with this baby. You know what I'm saying? And then it didn't help when your baby's daddy is absent.
Right.
So then it becomes just a whole lot of burden. And so there was an aspect of, you know, I had already been classified in the community as grown. You know what I'm saying? Delphine grown. She does extra, you know, she's advanced above everybody, but nobody didn't realize the fact that I did not have to become grown until then. That's when I actually had to become grown.
Right.
Because now I have a responsibility.
Right. So, and in those times, who did you look up to?
You know, I can't even really tell
Did
you.
you say ooh?
Yeah, I said
okay.
ooh.
Okay.
Because I'm really trying to see who did I.
Did you have? Yeah, you ain't got to say those names.
I can't even really. I'm being honest.
People that you knew who not to be like.
Y'all knew a lot of them.
Okay.
Y'all knew a lot of who not to be like. But I can't really just tell you that I had a lot of, you know, to look up to. Now I did have people that I noticed. And I knew they were different.
Okay.
You know, that there were things about them, but they were older ladies. Like, Miss Adele,
Mhm.
Miss Adele Underwood,
Mhm.
even her daughter Neat,
Mhm.
Miss Louise Crittenden,
Mhm.
you know, those were Miss Sophia Frazier,
Mhm.
those were the people.
Okay.
Because most of the other people, I saw them in the confusion because they was in it with me.
Okay.
You know,
Right,
and so
right,
it
right.
was very, you know,
Mhm.
it wasn't like a whole lot. And when there's not a whole lot, that's a contributing factor to you getting in a whole bunch of mess that I got in.
Right.
You know, so I can't even recall things being said like, you know, I used to cuss.
Mhm.
Like, ooh, Jesus, if the Lord don't watch me now, I do it. I said if I get in trouble by God, that's the main thing. He gonna whoop my butt about.
Mhm.
So you know, I tell people, you don't have to run down nothing about me. I'm so free. I'll tell you what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what I do. So I ain't gonna sleep with your man. I don't want to be bothered. I want my own. You know, with none of that. But every now and then I may say something gets me wrong. You know, I'm gonna fly. You know what I'm saying? One or more words come out.
Right.
So I was just, you know, bad with that. And I remember growing up and they would say, you know, said they'll feed a mouth and this and that. But it wasn't until I got grown and the Lord became a part of my life.
Right.
I was able to revisit some of the people that said those things. And I said this to them. I said, well, did you ever think about that was all I heard?
Mhm.
So you wanted to whoop me
Mhm.
as a result of me doing what I heard.
And what I
Why not whoop them folk that were doing it?
Right.
You understand? I was a child that was being shaped and molded. So if you wanted me to speak better words, you should have put some better words in front of me, okay?
Right.
You know, so that little stuff about don't do what you see me do or whatever, none of that junk work. Them children gonna say what they hear,
Mhm.
and they gonna do what they see,
Exactly.
period. So I was a prime candidate,
Mhm.
of that. So, so life was topsy-turvy.
I want to touch on what you just said when you said that it wasn't really many people for you to actually look up to. And I really feel like that is such a big issue in our community because you get to looking around and it's just like you have in order we see monkey see monkey do really like I mean I hate to say it but you learn by looking and by watching other people's actions. That's how you teach a child anything. So if I don't have a correct representation of what I'm supposed to be like, how will I ever find out? And that's just, I mean, I don't know if I'm asking a question
Well,
or...
part of psychology is called learned behavior.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's learned behavior. Do you know that people that are illiterate,
Mm-hmm.
statistically, are definitively, that is categorized as a person that cannot read or write.
Right.
So if they cannot read or write, have you ever thought about how they're able to communicate? They are able to communicate by learned behavior.
Right.
They listen to what you associate words with,
Mm-hmm.
and they pick it up.
Right.
So they hear you say that's a car. They've never read the word CAR.
But they know it's a
But
car
they
now.
know that's a car because of a learned.
Right.
So it's learned behavior. A lot of things that I did was learned behavior. Learned
So,
behavior.
Anybody viewing, looking and, tuning in, I just kind of want to say, like, be careful with what you allow your kids to see. And also, try to be the first thing of remembering. Maybe I'm not wording it correctly, but I hope everyone can get what I'm saying. Try to be the foundation of what your child starts to give out back to the world. Like we have to be and not allowing outside forces and stuff outside the house to, go ahead and grasp your child before you can even grasp them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's really important. I just wanted to speak out on that. Were you in any sports or?
Not really. I did early part of maybe middle school.
Mm-hmm.
I did fool around with the band, some. But my journey to just being a mess started in middle school. I didn't make my first be until I was well up in middle school.
Okay.
You know, and so my journey started early. Early. I was smoking pot at 12. You know, so it started early. But see, but this is what I later learned in life. When there is an assignment on your life as great as mine, he want to kill you early. He wants to get you early. He knew there was an assignment on my life. You're marked. You're marked. You are marked when there is destiny on your life. There is purpose. It goes all the way back to with Christ. They knew that there was about to be a Savior born. So they said, go kill every boy under the age of 2 years old. Since we don't know exactly which one it is, kill all of them. And so he knew that there was destiny, that there was purpose, that this girl here is going to be something. You know, and she's going to impact people. She's going to literally inspire people. She's going to take her mess and bless people's lives with the mess. Stop her. Get her. Get her real fast. I mean, get her fast. So by 5 years old, I'm dealing with crazy stuff. I mean, real crazy stuff. Devastating, tragic stuff. By 5 years old, 10 years old, I take another hit, which was a tragic hit. 14 years old, I take another tragic hit. So it's just tragedy, you know. At 12, I'm smoking, you know. So
through all this, how did you allow yourself to get through it? What were some of the things that you did or said to yourself, or just any rituals that you did to just stay focused?
There was something in me that I didn't even know I had. I didn't. I didn't. Whitney Houston, you know, before she passed away, that last album she did, it's a song on there called I Didn't Know My Own Strength.
Girl, what you say? That's my song.
That's my boo-hoo song. That's my boo-hoo song. It's on my playlist right now. I play it. You know, I crashed down and I tumbled, but I did not crumble. I got through all the pain. And I didn't know my own strength. See, I didn't know that was in me. But there was something that kept pushing me. Some force that just kept pushing me. Get out of this. You know, get out of this. Get out of this. You better than this, Delphine. Go, go, go. It wasn't even ever about what somebody else saw and me doing it to not look some kind of way in other folks' eyesight. It was about me looking a certain way in my own. I didn't like what I saw in me.
It wasn't about us.
It wasn't about nobody else. Everything that I do now is nothing about nobody else. It's about me. It's about, are you satisfied when I go to bed? Girl, are you satisfied with you? You know, if you're not satisfied with you, then I start going after it. Me and Sharika was riding today, going to the funeral to pick up something today, and she'll tell you what I was telling her. I said, my sciatic nerve has been just giving me the blues. Like, you know, I mean, giving me the blues. I've been tearing up my place in the inside, just revamping this building. The same revamping this building that's going through my home, that's going through room by room, tearing up, painting, all this stuff. And in the midst of all that, I still been going. And I said to her, you know, I do not like what I feel. I feel fatigue, and I don't like it because I don't like it. And the few people that I have said it to that I feel fatigue, this is the first thing they said: you need to rest. You've been doing so much. You need to rest. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm after something. I'll stop when I get it. I'm after something. I'll pump my brakes when I get it. And I told Sharika, I said, look here, girl, I ain't got all the money. And I'm out. Ain't no stop.
I can't read it.
I can't stop. I haven't touched everything that I desire to touch. I can't, and I know, no. So what do? I started looking into things I need to shift.
I hate to cut you off, but don't it feel good to sit there and talk to somebody that you can really relate to? It really does feel good to know that it's people that think how you think and have those same little quiet troubles that you don't always want to talk to people about. Because I'm telling you, I can't raise, but I know that what God doing with me, I can't. He's telling me, like, get up, you got to go. He's always telling me that. And true enough, going back to mental health, you do have to rest your mind. You do have, and I'm gonna tell you that too.
Oh, I know when you do that.
Down.
You know when you need to.
Exactly.
You know when you need to.
Exactly.
You know. Exactly. I'm resting. My cruise is resting.
I'm trying to be like her when I get old.
My cruise is resting. And I feel like those things came about to save my life.
So do you feel like, you going on your cruises and stuff, that's a part of your mental health, your, your relaxation time to kind of decompress?
It taught me humility on a whole nother level.
Okay.
Because when you're out there in that water, that's all you see is water.
Right.
You don't see nobody's dry ground. You can't come back and fix none, even if you wanted to. You are at the mercy of a captain that you probably ain't even seen. You understand? So it taught me a total depthness in God. Because God, you don't see God, but you know He's taking care of you.
Right.
You know He's there. Every now and then you'll hear the captain come over the intercom. This is your captain speaking to you. I need to let you know we are going into such and such and such and such. There's going to be a little turbulence on the boat for a little bit. That kind of stuff. He comes and he says something, but you don't see him. I've even went on the ship to try to find the Joker. Where is he at?
Right.
Where they got him at? Where is he at? Because I want to see what he's driving his ship with, but you just have to trust that he's there. So it taught me a whole different level of humility.
Right.
It put me in a whole different place of trust because I don't know. You know the latitude, you know the longitude, you know the depths and everything. They have on the TV because I'm paying attention to stuff.
Right.
There's a channel on the TV that will tell you where exactly you are.
On the ship.
And it'll tell you how deep that water is. And sometimes the bottom of the ocean is as deep as over 200 feet. 200. And you know it's accurate because the closer you get to a port where you're going to get off, that number starts getting smaller. So by the time we pull into a port, say we go to Cozumel, Mexico.
Right.
We pull into the port at Cozumel, I go look at that number because I want to see if they playing with me.
Right.
I'm one of them folk. I'm going to check it.
Right.
I'm going to show me, girl. I go run to the TV and see. If that thing still saying 200, they lying. But I go look, and it'll say 10 feet. That kind of stuff. So it's accurate.
Right.
That they're actually keeping up with what's going on. Well, when I started seeing all that, I felt more safe.
Okay.
Because I knew they know their stuff.
Right.
See, when you deal with God and you know He know His stuff, you feel more safe. Baby, I'm safe in His arms. You hear me? I'm safe in His arms. Now, you feel more safe because you know He know His stuff. So He took me into that place with those in order to get me there. To get me to that place, but He also took me there to save my life, I believe. Because one of the things that people in general need to understand about us is there are two components. There are external and there's internal.
Right.
External are things that you know about. Internal may be things you don't know.
Right.
So external, when you get a headache, you know, God, I got a headache.
Right.
So you go to do something about the headache.
Right.
But what about that thing that's called the silent killer, which is blood pressure?
Right.
you don't even know that this stuff is here,
Right.
that stuff is there.
Right.
And so the Lord took me into these places, you know, to level me, you know, to level me, to get me to a place as to where, you know, I can mentally chill, that kind of stuff. So that's what my cruises, you know, that's what they came about. Plus, your girl been fighting for so many years, it was time. I've been in some war, in some battles that nobody seen, nobody knew. I went through one of the most horrible divorces that you could go through. Nobody counted all that.
Right.
That this girl done went through all of this, then done had to start a ministry, you understand? Then not to mention she mentor people, then not to mention she has children that goes through things that she has to deal with.
And this is just because we're from the same town. Do you feel like in this area, once you have grew up, because we all have to grow up, like you become a child, you learn, you become a teenager, you learn, you become an adult, you learn, and it's adults, although a lot of them don't like to admit that are still learning. But do you feel like coming from this small town, the mistakes that you made as a child, they hold them to you a lot of the time?
Girl, people still don't believe I'm, I don't like to use the word. They don't believe I'm safe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because in order to be saved, you gotta be safe.
Right.
And that's
explain what you're trying to say. When you say safe, do you mean to tell so too? Okay.
And when you are saved for real, you are safe. Which means people are safe with you.
Okay.
You become a safe haven. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous are safe in it.
Okay.
So you become safe. That means that they can come to you with their situations and feel safe.
Okay.
They know this. And there are a lot of people still after, you know, all the stories. Them right there, I just wait on them, because after a while they'll need me. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to say this too. If you're looking for a mentor or somebody who can lead you, you know, anywhere in life, period, and you're looking for them to be perfect, you need to go reevaluate yourself, because you're not perfect. That's why you're seeking them. I never said to say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because I'm not. And I make sure my folk know I'm not.
But it's the honest.
Rerun that statement for the people.
I forgot what I just said.
If you're looking for a mentor and you want them to be perfect.
Yes, you need to go find another mentor, because
You need to reevaluate.
reevaluate yourself, because you're not perfect, and the fact that you're not perfect, you're looking. Why would you go out and look for somebody else that's perfect? Because they can't tell you nothing if they perfect. I don't need a perfect person mentoring to me, because you ain't did nothing to help me do anything.
Well, that mentor, there's no way possible that mentor can be perfect.
Right.
See, you triumph because of failure.
Exactly.
You know, it's a song that I learned over at First United Pentecostal Church, and it says this right here. It says, I've never seen a rainbow until after the rain. I've never had a healing until after the pain. And I've never seen the sunrise until after the night.
Right.
And I've never had a victory until after the fight.
Okay.
So see, you got victory because you fought.
Right.
You got daylight because it's been dark. So you can't have a mentor that is something perfect with. No, you don't want me. Anyway, if you think that's what the case is, because I'm going to do something in front of you just so you know I ain't.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to do something, whether it's say something ugly, so you know I'm not. Because I don't want you looking at me like that. Because you will put a false obligation on me that I can't have. I might not, now my life is not as horrible as it was.
Right.
I don't just live a sin life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not out here, I don't like to measure sin, because sin is sin.
Right.
But I'm not out here just doing stuff. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of areas I've got the victory in, and I thank God for it. But occasionally, I stumble. So if I done made you think that I never stumble, When you see me stomp, it's gonna mess your whole world up.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I have the love and respect that I have for you. Let me look at you because of your honesty. You and I told you this when we had girl talk the other night. Just being able to know that I can express myself and not having to be afraid of me being messed up. That it makes you look at life and people, period, from a different perspective. Because then you learn that you can't. Sometimes you can't judge the messenger. You just gotta get the message. You can't look at the person. So and then we all human. Everybody makes mistakes. So it's just looking at stuff from a different perspective. You kind of learn that we're all a little messed up. And we
all of us got something we're working on, baby.
Right. And we don't have to
everything ain't 100 for Delphine.
Right.
Everything is not 100 for Delphine.
Right.
You know, Delphine got some stuff that she is taking before the throne. You understand? She got some things that she's looking for God to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My oldest son, my oldest son is dealing with, you understand? I got stuff that I'm looking for God to fix too. So everything is not as what folk think, you know what I'm saying, and what they think. Now, just because you don't see me necessarily just wear it, doesn't mean that it's not there.
Right.
And I don't not wear it because I'm trying to fake you out either.
Right.
See, because I've seen that. People would not wear it because they're trying to fake you out. No, I'm not trying to fake you out. So if you ever see me and tears is running down my face, I need you.
Right.
I need you. I need you to come bring me a Kleenex.
Right.
I need you to come and give me a hug. But if I'm always like Superwoman in your face, you're going to think Superwoman don't need no hug. She'll figure it out.
Right.
She'll get it worked out. She got it. You know, she know how to handle it. No, I'm not her all the time.
Right.
I'm not her all the time. No, I'm not her all the time.
And I feel like, you know, just to add to what you're saying, people prejudge social media a lot. Like, they'll take into consideration that you posted happy for 5 days. So you've been happy for 5 days. On that 6th day when you say you stressed out, oh, she having a bad day. I was having a bad day 3 days ago when I posted thank you God on there. But you just didn't know that, you know? So
yeah, you'd be surprised how many people. I hate social media. I'm sorry.
I got a love hate relationship.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do. It makes. Rika, what did I say social media do for me? What did I tell you? It make my stomach hurt. I ain't gonna lie. It do. I know they look for me. That's why I show up.
Right.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I know they look for me. That's why I show up. I like today. I was home today, so I did Zoom today. I didn't come into the building.
Okay.
I told them this morning, you know, I was tired, but I'm not going to neglect God.
Right.
I'm always gonna show up.
Right.
Even on my cruises, I show up. I still do all my meetings and everything on my cruises.
Right.
Because that man made it possible for me, so I've been dog if I don't do what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
I'm going to show up.
That's right.
I've shown up. I preached a whole year sitting down because my sciatic was just that bad. But I'm going to show up.
Right.
And so I was like, my mom makes my stomach hurt because it's just the stuff. I only have, you know, and I don't mean this, and anybody that's listening to me that's on my friend list, I don't want to hurt your feelings, don't take this wrong. But I only got so many people that I can even see on my timeline.
Right, me too.
I'm just being honest. Because I don't like a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
Right.
You know, that's not the place where I am. That's not my whole purpose. You know, so I don't, and the thing of it is back to like what you were saying. For a while, I felt like people were literally trying to control my life as far as like, if I did say something, oh, she ain't, wait a minute, what you mean she ain't supposed to? She's not supposed to think like, what you mean? She's not supposed to think like that. She's not supposed to you know, to be like that. Well, that page that you're on more than likely is named Delphine Lee. Msphine in parentheses, I think. So that's my personal page.
Exactly.
That's me.
Right.
You understand? That's me.
Right.
So I have a right to be me.
And see, I feel like when people get on, because I'm a preacher's daughter, when people get on my Facebook page, it's like they gonna say stuff like, "Oh, you wasn't supposed to say this," and you ain't supposed to smoke cigarettes, and just anything. And I'm just like, so you telling me you're pointing out my flaws to me, so that means get away from me. If you don't like something that I done said or something that I do, that means you don't need to be around me. Don't try to tell me what you feel like I'm supposed to be as a category that I am. You know, don't place me in a category because I'm a little everywhere in life. You know, and I'm living and I'm learning. So
you're right. That's what you're doing. You're developing.
Right.
You're developing, sweetheart. I gave my life to the Lord in 1997.
Okay.
97 was 98. We want to tell them it's been so long. I'm serious. It's been that. But who'd have thought I'd have made it this long?
Right.
What I did back then, a lot of it I don't do now. You understand? Because what I came up in was a lot of you can't do this, can't do that, you can't this, can't that, and that's not to knock that. You know, at that time that was what I needed for that season of my life. I'm very appreciative for it. So because I had a lot of can'ts and don'ts and stops and all, I went to people with them can'ts and don'ts and stops, and a lot of people ran from me. You know, and didn't want to deal with me because of the can'ts and the don'ts and the stops. Because one of the things I had to realize is all of us know when we're wrong.
Right.
Every one of us, we know. I don't care if you keep doing it, you know it's wrong.
Yeah.
You know it internally because we are taught early the yeses and the nos. They start messing with you real. You know, you a little bitty baby. You ain't about, you 4 months old and you just learn how to reach. But now exactly, but you reach and grab something, you gotta be, see, and so that is giving direction to you. Right. It's teaching you the do's and the don'ts. So we know.
Right.
We know. And so because we know, it's a certain way, it's a certain mannerism that you have to use. And the Lord started dealing with me about he that winneth souls is wise. Wise. And so a lot of things that I did then, you won't catch me doing now. A lot of environments that I ran from then with my judgmental self, you'll find me running into them now to be a light.
But you know what's so crazy? And this is just, you know, from my personal experience with just learning about God and trying to be more in His face. It was certain places that I couldn't go until I was able to get spiritually prepared for. Like if I was to go to complex, like I didn't go to complex for almost a year and a half, like after I left off, because it was just like being there. All I had is memories of being fighting and being hard-headed and just doing stuff I didn't have no business. And it was like, it was so easy for me to get back into that because I wasn't ready for it. So I feel like it's a journey that you have to take sometimes to even go back once God takes you away from a place to go back to it.
You better not go back until you're ready.
Right.
You better not go back into it until you can tell it no. Until you can actually tell it no.
Right.
You don't go back into it until you can make a difference.
Right.
That's when you go back into it. The Lord will send you when it's time to make a difference. When you look, you know, in the Bible and you go, you deal with Nehemiah.
Okay.
The book of Nehemiah. Nehemiah people had been destroyed. The gates and all had been destroyed in exile. And he was away from his people serving as the king's cupbearer. So he had a pretty good position. He's working for the king, you know. It's like you're working for the man every night and day.
Right.
He's taking care of the king. But in his heart, he knew he came from a place. In the season and the right timing of when he could go back to that place, the Lord released him to go. So there is a season and a timing when the Lord will release you to go. When God sent me from here, I was gone for about 20 years.
Right.
When the Lord saved me, He told me, I remember just like He just said. He said, I'm sending you back. I said, send me back well. Oh, I big boy, God. I big boy. I said, send me back well. He said, I'm sending you back after them. I said, well, man, please. You know, and I immediately started rebuking the enemy. That the devil is a lie. You understand? That is not God. You know, that's the devil. You know, where is this coming from? Because at the time, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. When I tell you I was good, I'm in Tampa. And I'm good. You know, I'm good. But God will wreck you when you're good.
Right.
You know, just when you got it all figured out, he'll wreck you when you're good. You know,
Right.
you're like, really? I did one of the most craziest moves, sweetheart, that you would ever make that got me back to art. Crazy! I'm in a place, I got a good job. I met my godmama at this job, Tampa General Hospital. I met the lady that would be my godmama till she went to sleep in 18. She was, I'm talking about, took the title Mama. That woman was good to me. And I guess it was just meant for me to go through there to get her, because I needed her.
Right.
But I'm good. I got a nice place. The Lord had favored me where I was in a nice home.
Right.
Nice home. Didn't miss wasn't behind in no bills. None of that. Me and Quincy and the kids, me and Quincy was married. We get into an argument. Damn, we get into an argument. And I leave and come back to Alabama. I leave my own house. Crazy. Crazy. C-R-A-Z-Y. Like, exactly, it's crazy. But God took that.
Right.
And that's what brought me back. And when I came back, so help me God, I was at my mama's house. I can't hold it. I was at mama's house and
Oh, don't do that.
woo! She turned the corner. It was like she was sitting right there for me. Miss Louise Crickman. She turned the corner. I just had pulled up at mama's. It was like she appeared out of nowhere. She said, Delphine, I want to invite you. Come go to church with me. And I'm like, ah. Finally, she got a yes after all the years that she had asked. And my journey began. My journey began.
Okay. So that's how Trump started.
That's how Delphine's.
Okay.
That's how the woman of God, the trendsetter,
Right.
the intercessor, the pastor, the apostle of prayer, the friend, the mentor, the counselor, the lover of God. Thank you. The hopeful one. That's how she came. That's how she came. She was birthed in that moment. Her anatomy started taking place in that moment. And here I am.
And how long ago was it?
It was 90, I think that was 98. Yeah, I think that was 98.
I mean, how about 3? You remember me as a little girl? Was I bad?
No, I wouldn't say you were bad. No, I wouldn't say you were bad. But it's very, it's also to see what God is creating in you, you know, to see what God is doing in you. And it's way more powerful than you know. It's even way more powerful than people know. Now, there are a few that do know. There are a few that's unseen it, and they know. Sometimes they be scared to tell you who you are out of intimidation on their part, you know. But it's been shown to a few, you know, who you are and what it is that you've been purposed to do. You know, it is. You keep going. You are like DJ Khaled, baby. Keep going. You
I love that
keep
man.
going. Yeah, keep going. You keep going. You know, because man, this journey right here for me, it ain't been all what it looks, you know what I'm saying? But God has been faithful. It hasn't ever been God that hurt me. But I've had some people too now. I've had some people too. Now it ain't been God. But I've had some people too. I've had some people that I thought should have helped me.
Right.
Turn their backs on me.
And I really feel like people stray away from God so much because of the problems and a lot of the trauma that they've had in their life. And that was one of my biggest mistakes though. Like blaming God. Now, and I'm gonna be real honest with you. When I wasn't thinking about God, I think I was, and I hate to say these words, but I think I was my happiest. I did not have a care in the world. I just did whatever I wanted to do. I was living my best life. But then when I got a conscience, when I was like, this ain't right. And I wasn't doing too much wrong. I just wasn't doing nothing right. Do you get what I'm saying? So I really want people to see, and what I see in you as far as living my life and loving God at the same time. Like it is possible. It's not all bad, and you got to stop blaming God for a lot of stuff that you did on your own and your bad decision making.
That's life.
Right.
That's life and godliness. That's all you see in here. All over, plastered all over this place.
So what made you come? I know I'm skipping around because I wanted to start with Tasty Tree, but we're gonna start at the top. How did you come up with the LG Center? Because I just think this is the dopest thing in the world. I really do.
I do too. I ain't gonna lie, I do too, man. I think it's
awesome.
bad. It's bad. It's bad now. I'm telling you, it's 100% bad.
I feel like it's so awesome to us because people don't understand what you're really doing yet.
Yeah.
But they're gonna wake up for this.
It's bad, man. It's bad. I mean, when I walk in here, I be like, good God, this is right here. I finally hit it. I hit it. And the thing that was most intriguing to me about it is the people that the Lord have sent to accompany me, they hit it. Because like I said, I wasn't able to finish it.
Right.
All I did was gave them the vision of what God had said to me.
When we had first started earlier, you said you were on that cruise.
No.
Okay.
On the longest cruise I've taken. I was gone 10 days. And I knew August 31st was the showdown date for the grand opening. I knew this. I gotta go on a cruise, and I'm gonna be gone till August 29th. You know, I'm out of here. And then when I get back, I gotta drive 4 hours from Atlanta. Right. So I'm gonna lose more time. And so the Lord spoke to me. I was at home and I sent a message in our group, and I said to them, God told me I'm not gonna be able to finish that building. But He told me that I will know who was with me by how you put your hands to it. Baby, when I tell you, they put their hands to it. And I came in the door that Tuesday. I got home that Monday night. I came in the door that Tuesday. And it was still some final details that needed to be done, but everything up to the final details was up to par.
And I think you got to see it for yourself because it's beautiful. And I feel like it's more so of the atmosphere.
Oh yeah, the atmosphere is amazing in here.
Yes.
It is amazing in here. One of the ladies came in today because she didn't get the message that we wasn't going to meet today. So she came in here and she said, when she called me, when she came out to my house, she was like, man, the atmosphere in there is just, she said, oh, well, it's just the atmosphere. It is very calming. Right. I wanted people to be comfortable, and I wanted people to, it's a learning atmosphere. Right. It's an atmosphere of healing. It's a soothing, it's an atmosphere where you can be free. So this came, like I said, I started out with It first, initially in 2014, it was Total Restoration Ministry.
And that's Trim.
No, it was Total Restoration Ministry.
Okay.
Then that was 2014 to 2015.
Okay.
In 2015, the Lord came back to me again and told me to add the word empowerment.
Okay.
So it became Total Restoration Empowerment Ministry, which became Trim. Because of what the Lord told me, He said, it's going to, you get total rest. Once you are totally restored, you then become empowered to do ministry.
Okay.
You can't do ministry until you are totally restored. Because if you try to do ministry from a place and you're not totally restored, you lying to folk.
Okay.
You lying. You ain't restored. What you trying to give me something you ain't got? Why you trying to tell me not to be spoken and you at home spoken? See, you are not totally restored.
No, we ain't never
So-
disagreed on much.
So,
I disagree.
so go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Now, I feel like we live and we learn.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So, but you know, I can't necessarily say I'm teaching anybody anything. I kind of feel like I'm getting a conversation started. So maybe I agree. Maybe I need to step back and say I do kind of agree because I'm still struggling with mental health, but I have a whole, nonprofit about it and getting the conversation started. I'm still learning and I'm still trying to figure things out. So I take that back.
Mm-hmm.
Take that back.
Mm-hmm. Once you have it, you can then distribute it.
Right.
If I ain't got no money, I can't give you none of it.
True.
I can sit down and talk money all day long to you, but if I ain't got none,
Right.
I can't give you none.
Right.
You know? So He said once you are totally restored, you then become empowered.
Right.
Empowered literally means to go out.
Mm-hmm.
To literally, it comes externally from you.
Right.
So you are empowered to do ministry.
Okay.
Ministry means you are ministering to others, but you are hands-on. There is a difference in ministry and church.
Okay.
It's a whole nother message. But there's a difference in ministry and church. See, when you are dealing with a minister, they're going to touch you. They're going to show up at your house. They're going to come into the community.
Right.
When folk just want to do church, they want you to come to the building.
Right.
Come in here. No, come out here.
Right. So
See, I go
the
out
highway
there.
and the byway.
I go out there.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Total Restoration Empowerment Ministry, and it was that for 7 years.
Okay.
7 meaning the number of maturity and completion. So I'm going about my business. You know, it's like that. You know, the little nursery rhyme. I was strolling through the park one day in the merry month of May. I'm just minding my business, and I go by a scripture in the Bible. 2 Peter 1 and 3.
Okay.
Jesus, and it says, and I have given you all things that pertain to both life and godliness. And when I seen it, He shifted everything. He shifted everything. Now I'm about to teach you and put you in a place where you can teach both aspects.
Right.
Life and godliness, because you got people leaning too much towards godliness, and they're classified as the people that are so heavenly minded that they're no earthly good.
Right.
Then you got the people that are so full of life that they have no God.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't tell you anything as it relates to the origin of where they come from.
Right.
Who created them? What is His purpose for them?
Right.
Because they so busy trying to make sure I didn't live my life, honey. And I got to live my life, baby.
Right.
I'm partying, I'm this and that, but sweetheart,
What's
what
the
about
saying
your
they
soul?
start saying, I'm not here for a long time, just a good time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. And see, it has to be a balance. You have to have a balance. And so the Lord started showing me a balance, because I was one of the ones at some point used to, when I say used to, I mean like some years ago, I was one of the ones that I was offended to listen to certain things, I wasn't finna talk to, I wasn't finna talk to, certain people.
Right.
I was scared they sin was gonna jump on me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be.
Contagious.
Yeah, I thought it was contagious. So, I wasn't going to do any of that, and literally having to find out later in life you were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You were wrong, and had to apologize to people.
Right.
you were wrong, and still say, if it's anybody that may be listening, if I've ever hurt you in any capacity, I apologize. If I ever, made God look bad in any capacity, I apologize. If I did not represent him well in front of you, I apologize. I'm serious. There was a lot of growth I was having to go through, a lot of things that I needed to develop through, and I apologize to you, because there is a certain way he looks. There is a certain way he looks. There is a certain way. But I was afraid, I was one that I was scared, if I was here to talk to these people or whatever, because scripture be taken out of context a lot. And, come out from among them and be ye separate. Yeah, you supposed to, but you ain't no better than them. Mm-hmm. You come out from among them and you be ye separate through your time of development.
Right.
But once you conquer it, go back and get them folk.
Right.
Go back and get them people. Once you conquer it, you're only separated from them in order to get what you need to become a better you. Mm-hmm. You understand? And I can prove that. Jesus, when he walked past the disciples, he said, follow me. Right. He pulled them from the places they were, from the company of the people that they were with. Zebedee boys was in a boat with him, in a family business. Jesus passes by and tells that man, boys, follow me. Pulls them from a family business in order to give them the spiritual things that they needed. Right. To give them that aspect. You still got life. Right. I don't care how saved you get, you still gonna have to have something that brings some money in. Or where you gonna get it from? Okay. Yeah. So you still got elements of life. Right. I don't care how saved you are, you still got to eat. I don't care how saved you are, you still got to drink. Right. I don't care how saved you are, you still going in the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? You can go in the grocery store and they'll have music playing, that secular music, over the loudspeaker. There's no way to avoid it. Right. You can go in the grocery store and they sell alcohol in grocery stores. You can go in the grocery store and overhear conversations where people are cussing. You can go to the grocery store and see sneaky links. Right. So where can you escape it? Right. So you can't take it out of context what he says. When you come out from among them and be separate, you be separate for the fact of needing to be developed. Right.
Okay, so Trim, I know you said something about, you said 2014 is when you started Trim, right? But Girl Talk started in
2010.
Okay, so what made you start Girl Talk?
I care a lot about young ladies.
Right.
I care a lot about young ladies. A lot about them.
I know. And
seeing them develop.
Right.
Seeing them be whole. They had it. I'm one of them. I'm kind of partial to girls run the world. I'm kind of partial to that.
Right.
But I think
I know my boyfriend is watching that, but honey, he gets real upset when I say that we got the power. Man, I love you, baby.
Yeah, I believe that we are very vital. We are so vital they want to make us hush. We're so vital they want to stop us. But we are so vital, more than the credit we get. And so I love young ladies. If I could I would do it every day. If young ladies would say, Miss Ebony, can you meet with me? Baby, meet me at 1 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And I'll pour. I would just pour and pour and pour every day, because a broken woman,
Go ahead.
A broken woman is a You don't want a broken woman. We set atmospheres and tones. We bring in a lot. You don't want her messed up. You don't. You don't want her messed up. Oh no.
Fellas, I hope y'all listening.
You don't want her messed up. You want her whole. Because when that chick is whole, that chick bad.
Right.
That chick bad when she whole. That chick can do 10 things simultaneously when she whole. But if she's broken, she's neglecting things because she's struggling internally. And you're going to be frustrated because she's not performing at her best. Because she's supposed to keep the atmosphere straight. She can't keep the atmosphere straight because she messed up. You don't want her messed up. You want her to get to Miss Delphine.
Okay.
You do. You want her. Some of y'all should call me. Can you get her Miss Delphine? Bring her here, baby.
I got a phone number.
Bring her here. Bring her here. You want that. You know, you wondering why she's nagging, as the Yin Yang twins say. You wondering why. Yeah, them my boys. You wonder why she's nagging. You know, you wondering why you're not feeling what you used to feel from her. Mm-hmm. She used to make you feel like Superman. You ain't feeling that from her now. Something wrong with her. Something's wrong with her. Something has wounded her. Something is going on with her. You matter too. You matter too. Society has literally tried to make us be as though we did not matter when we do. Now, I'm a firm believer in respect as a woman.
Yes.
I do not believe in usurping authority as a woman.
Okay.
I get every bit of that. But a woman has a voice.
Yes. Yes, you do.
A woman has a voice. A woman has a place. And it is very vital that her place is noted as well.
Right.
It's very important. It's vital that her place be noted as well.
Right. I totally
She don't want to, why she got always be in the shadow? Why she can't be beside you? Huh? Why when they mention you, they can't mention her? Why she got to be walking around like the bag lady? Huh? Why?
With her head down.
Yeah, why? So, it's a lot of it is so misconstrued, biblically, it's a lot of things that have been taught in error.
Okay.
A lot of things have been taught in error. One of the things that I am that I'm against, and I use the word against for lack of a better word, because I think it's just miseducation.
Okay.
Let's say males. I'm going to go to males for just a second. I'm going to visit this. Males, particularly males that are in prison or males that have been in prison. As a male in a male facility, they're going to make you focus more on a male.
Right.
They don't want you in there switching. You take on a name if you switch it.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
We are doing everything in here to stay masculine.
Right.
We don't want to lose our masculinity in here. So everything that comes forth out of here is going to be masculine. So you have to watch that because you will mess around and be taught the wrong stuff, even as it relates to the Bible, because it's coming from masculinity. They'll go straight to the text where Paul was teaching the churches. And they'll say, you see, a woman ain't supposed to say that. But you got to understand what was happening at that time.
Okay.
Paul was literally over all of these churches. He wrote 13 Pauline epistles. Right. He wrote to the church at Corinth. He wrote to Ephesus. He wrote to Thessalonica. He was literally over the providence of all these places. And each one of those places had different problems. In particular, that place, those women had got beside themselves. Because every now and then we can get beside ourselves. That's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's just the truth about us. They got beside themselves.
Right.
So to that particular church, he says to those women, "Hush, get them still. Y'all can't even function like you need to. Right? They doing too much." Well, because he said that there, you get in a masculine environment. That's what they gonna pull out. Right. They gonna pull out everything that's masculine. They you know what I'm saying? They gonna pull out everything that's masculine. I bet you, how many times have they told you that you need to be snot broken in front of the Lord? No, they gonna tell you you need to be a man, son. You need to stand up, son. You need to this. They're not telling the whole context. But they're telling everything from a masculine point. So then, a lot of people get misguided. They get misguided.
And see, I started Ebony Mindz because I felt like women are supposed to submit, and God did give order. God did give order as far as God, the man, the woman, and all of those things. But we play such a vital part in the family that if our part is not talked about, so much is missed. Like if you don't put some light on that part, yes, true enough, we're supposed to love our men and submit to our men, but that woman does so much in setting an atmosphere. We make the home a home.
She's the emotional factor.
Yes.
She sets the tone.
Right.
If her emotions, that's why our emotions are internal and his is external. We set the tone.
Right.
We set the pace. So if she's emotionally messed up, that house in trouble.
Okay. So we're getting to the bottom of my little question roster I have. But my last question is going to be, what are some lessons you are learning that could ultimately help someone else trying to get in your position? I need my pen for this one, y'all. Hold on.
Ooh, Jesus. What are some lessons that I'm learning that can help? Man, always know that it could have been me. It could have been me. That's the number one thing about me. When I look at people, whether I see them in a glorious place, they doing good, everything looking good, or whether I see them strung out on drugs, I say, that could be me. That could be me. That is my main thing. That is what has kept me from mistreating folk.
Right.
That is what has caused me to deal with everybody. Because it could have been me.
Right.
It could have been me. That is the number one thing. I look at it from this point here, and I'm a very detailed person. Because I'm a single woman, I get a chance to spend a lot of time with Delphine, and I think a lot.
Right.
I think myself through things, I don't make decisions real quick. I think about it. Well, I started thinking, and I said, that person that's on drugs, they weren't always on drugs.
Right. Something happened.
Something. Whether it was a choice, or whether it was peer pressure, which is a choice,
Right.
something happened. So the same way they woke up one morning drug free, but somewhere doing that they became a drug user, that could be you.
Right.
Shut your mouth, Delphine. Shut your mouth, Delphine. Watch yourself now. Watch yourself. I remember when I was married, we dealt with infidelity. And boy, I ragged his butt about that cheating. Woo, baby, I ate him up. I did. You this and that, and you this and that, and that and this, and you ought to be shaming yourself.
Right.
Boy, my mouth was running like water. You hear me? Woo, baby. 2003, your girl found herself in the bed with somebody. It wasn't my husband. It wasn't my husband. Right in the moment, the Lord said, now you see how he did it. Right in the moment. He said, now you see how he did it. My mouth ain't ran since.
Okay.
Ain't ran since. But see, I'm honest about myself.
Right.
Because I've been there.
Right.
My victories came from that.
Right.
Those were my fights. But I learned, so the thing that I've learned the most is to not ever think that it can't be me. Yes, it can, Delphine.
It can be.
Yes, it can. Keep running your mouth, it will be.
Right.
You understand? You ain't no better than them folks. Shut your mouth. You know, you see what you can do to help. Even if you can't get to them and say something to them, you pray for them.
Right.
You pray for them. So that would be the number one life lesson that I've learned. Another thing that I've learned, if I could give to people to encourage them, is be healed. Be healed would be the next thing that I would say. Be healed. Be healed. Because every one of us have some broken places.
That's right.
Every one of us have some things that's done happened. Every one of us got scars on our bodies from stuff that's done happened.
Right.
So be healed. Be healed. Be healed. I'm gonna give you 3. So another thing that I have a piece of advice, you know, or wisdom that I would share with people is don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop till your race is over. Don't stop. I now understand when Paul said, I fought my fight.
Right.
I finished my course. I'm ready now, he said.
Right.
You know, because if you quit before it's time, you're going to live in a word called regret.
Right.
So don't stop. Even when things come out and things have a way of popping out along the way to try to make you stop.
Right.
Keep moving.
Keep swimming like
Keep moving. You know, they may hit you from the side and it puts a limp in your hip. Keep moving. You still got another one.
Right.
And you ain't limp, you just only limping with that one. But keep moving.
Right.
You keep going, you know. So those things would be the things that I would say, because that has been the analogy, the anatomy of what I'm made of.
Okay. Oh, Lord, I'm so nervous now. You got any questions for me?
Woo. What's your vision for this?
For Ebony Mindz is to always be able to be a voice and to start conversations that are hard for us as women to have. That's what Ebony Mindz is for, my nonprofit, and you know, to give back. But ultimately, I want to own my own halfway house. I want to be able to take women coming out of Tutwiler? Yeah, coming out of Tutwiler and helping them get back into society the correct way.
Well, let me tell you this right here. You got some women in Tutwiler that ain't in Tutwiler, baby.
Tell me about it.
You got some women that's locked up that ain't locked up. They behind bars, but ain't behind bars.
Right.
Start with these.
Okay.
Start with these right around you. Because they locked up here.
Yeah.
Julia Tutwiler is in all. They locked up here.
And I'm gonna say this, and I hope if you listen, there's some people out here listening and don't really take what I'm about to say into consideration. I said it just a while ago, a small town will hold you to who you used to be so hard that they can't hear your message. So until I'm at a place where I can take their past criticism that they're still talking about presently, I still have some growing to do within myself. Like I have to get better with saying, okay, well, you said that, now I'm gonna continue giving you what God gave me to give you. But it's so hard for me to do that now when people get to talking about my past, because it's like you can't see what you're looking at. You got the wrong glasses on. Your glasses is opposite.
You know, that's why I didn't do Girl Talking Art. That was my reason for not doing Girl Talking Art when I did it in 2010 and 2011.
Right.
I literally stayed away from art because of what they said. But look at what God did. 2014, He made me come. He's gonna make you come. Because your greatest victory is in the midst of opposition. I sit, baby, they have to see me now.
Right.
You know, they have to. And this is the thing. They may not ever say it to you, but they see it. They see it. They see the change. They know. And I said to God when He told me when I was in Tampa about coming back, I said, man, I didn't want to go back there. I'm arguing with Him. Man, I didn't want to go back there, but you know He told me this right here. He said, Delphine, the people in Tampa don't know you. They don't know where I bought you from.
Right.
I got to send you back to the people that can see where I bought you from so you can be a testament of who I am and how great I am. What I have the ability to do. And regardless of what any of them say, there is an admiration. You know, I personally did not even know I get paid attention to as much as I do. Did not know it. I keep my hand to God. Did not know that I get paid attention to as much as I do.
It'll really blow your mind.
Yeah. Did not know it. I did not know that I get paid attention to as much because it's not a front for me.
Right.
This is me.
Right.
If you call me tomorrow, this interview would be the same, baby.
Right.
This is me. Who they get now, what you see, who you hear, this is me.
Right.
This is me. I'm just as cute right now, and I'll be cute tomorrow. This is me.
But see, you know, people have perceptions of what they think other people are. Like, how can you have a perception in your mind of who I am until you get to know me as a person?
Well,
And
you can't know me. You only know you. You need to first find out who you are.
First.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, or we can journey together. You finding you and I'm finding me. We walking on the yellow brick road together.
Okay.
You know, that's what we're doing. So I don't get caught up into you know, all of that. I know what's done happened to me. I know the change.
Right.
That's done came in.
Right.
I know, because there's some folk I should have been knocked out that ain't knocked out. You understand? It's some things that I should have been saying that have not been said.
Right.
That you understand? And I don't care to say it.
Right.
And I don't care to knock them out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I know there's a change.
Right.
You understand? I knew God had changed me. When I stopped smoking weed, oh, I knew there was a God. You might as well just had put. I told him. I said, man, you real. I said, good. I didn't know you was real like that.
Yeah.
You got this dope. Lord have mercy. For real? I ain't smoked no dope. It's been a week.
Right.
Oh, you for real? I won't ever forget. It was on a Tuesday. I tested him. I told him. I said, if you for real, I'll stop cussing. Next thing you know, I wasn't cussing. I said, man, you for real? You really real. You know, you really real. So there were things about me that let me know that God was real, man.
Right.
So I don't care what nobody say. Not only is he real, that dude real in me, man.
Yes.
That's my dude.
Right.
That's my number one stone, baby. That's my dude. Dude real in me as well. He's not an external factor to me anymore. He lives within.
Right.
I draw from him. I draw from the relationship. What you doing? I draw from him. I do. So he's not external.
Right.
He's my dude. It's my guy. It's my guy in all aspects, you know. And I love him.
Okay.
And I appreciate him, and I don't care who knows it. I love him. I appreciate him. He's my father. He's my friend.
And
You know?
that's another trend that I just really, everybody, y'all pick up on so many trends nowadays, Lord. Pick up on that trend. Acknowledging God. Talking about him. Being in his space. Like, it's okay. We don't have to be perfect. And that's another thing, another reason why I wanted to have this interview with you, to show people, like, you can be in his space. And I know I keep saying this, but I just feel like it's just a really big point. Being in God's face and still, you can still live your life. Like, it's not a sad thing or a bad thing. It's just I've looked at how young girls have started to look at going to church, and how young girls have look at older women. Just we have to be more vocal with our young girls and tell them, like, you can cruise the whole world and still love God. He created it for you to see. Go see it. Live life.
I get on the cruise safe.
Right.
I get off the cruise
Safe.
safe. If I'm cruising by myself, ain't nobody in my cabin but the steward. You understand? That comes in clean. You know what I'm saying? So I go on safe and I get off safe.
Okay.
So, and you can do those things. And as far as, what you're saying to encourage people about having a relationship with God.
Right.
You need to. He's the creator.
Right.
But what has really done damage to people in that place is the way God has been presented.
Yeah.
We have presented him wrong. And that's why I apologize about any misrepresentation that I have given of God. We presented him to people wrong. And that has made, has hindered them from having, or trying to build any type of relationship with him. If you present him, and you always make yourself be perfect to a person that's not perfect, they don't want to deal with you.
Right.
Because they know they're not perfect. So now they already feeling some type of way. I can't talk to them. Exactly, because I ain't perfect.
Right.
I can't go talk to her because I ain't perfect. So you already got them feeling some type of way, So it's all about our presentation.
Right.
And how we present him. I'm that one. Like, I'm for real. A lot of times, even as with me, with the call on my life, I be like, man, you sure? I still ask God that. Man, you sure? 'Cause I'm different. You know what I'm saying? I don't fit in.
Right, that's me.
People don't want to be bothered with me. These preachers don't even want to be bothered with me because I'm different. You understand? I'm that one with a horn on her ice cream truck that ride through playing trap music. You understand?
Right.
I'm that one that can rap all Dobie and Tavis them all songs. I'm that one.
Shout out to W4.
That can rap all that.
Right.
I'm that one that if I feel like it,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, depending on what's going on with me that day, when that gangster hit me, I'm too short. You understand? When that part hits me, I'm listening to Too Short. I'm that one that if I feel like, you know what I'm saying, throwing it up or whatever the case may be, I'm that one.
Right.
But the thing is, I don't live in it. I know how to come out of it.
Right.
And what that showed me is, girl, you feel that. You human.
Right.
You human, girl. You understand?
Right.
Those were parts of your life that you enjoyed. You enjoyed the 90s music. You enjoyed, the early 2000s music. You enjoyed those things. So what? It's okay. I'm that one.
Right.
I'm that one. So, and it's amazing how I can do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I know how to get in and get out.
Right.
Now, you're not going to catch me feeding myself that every day.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it every day now. That's a no-no. I am not going to do it every day.
Right.
Because you can get too far out. That's why life is about having a balance.
Right.
So, I balance this thing out. Life in godliness. You call me, I'm riding, and especially if I'm by myself, I'm on a highway trip. Ain't no telling what I'm listening to. It just all depends on what I feel.
So, do you have any more questions for me?
No, you gave me your vision. Yeah, I wanted to know that, so I know how to pray. In order to get you there. I don't have any questions. If I did anything, it would be more of encouragement.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be more of encouragement. Keep going. Keep going. Keep allowing the process. Things will be added and things will be taken away as they need to. As they need to. Things will be added and things will be taken away as they need to. Just because you're not moving at the speed of lightning as some would want, you to, doesn't mean you're not going to get there.
Right.
And just because who you are today doesn't mean you'll be that tomorrow.
Right.
I woke up on a Saturday morning, a stone cold summer. Went to a meeting with the Louis President and got saved Saturday night. So I woke up Sunday a changed person.
Right.
So just because of what you have going on today, what you deal with today, does not mean that that's going to be who you are and that's going to stay. Know that things are subject to change.
Right.
And things can be subject to change for better, and things can be subject to change for worse. So you keep going. You keep fighting for your destiny. Keep fighting for that purpose. That part that you know that's in you. Don't expect nobody else to, because that's yours. That's yours. That's yours. When I went to looking for people to stroke me, pat me, I got wounded.
Right.
I had to take that tenacity within myself and go with what I knew and what I felt. And I was scared. I didn't know how to do it, what to do. I didn't even know what to do with the food trucks and stuff, I just did it.
Right.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep a bigger picture in front of you. Sit down and watch old Oprah episodes, talk shows, people. Watch them to keep yourself motivated,
Right.
to keep yourself going in the direction to what you know you're being pulled to. Don't stop. Things that need to fall off will, and things that need to be added will. And before you know it, you will look up and say, dang, I remember when. I remember when.
So, anybody viewing have any questions for me or Pastor Delphine?
Want to scroll a little bit?
Those of you that are watching, make sure you share this on your page.
Yes.
Take the time to share it. There's a lot of good stuff. Not only with this interview, but she's doing some good stuff. The intent of it is great. The intent of it is great. It's great. Make sure you share. Shoot it in people's inboxes if you don't want people to see you share it publicly. You can just hit the share and then it'll say send in messenger. And you can send it in Messenger, or you can copy the link, and then send it to them in a text message where they can get in. And go ahead and tell them, don't get in right now because it's live and they're going to see your name come up. Wait till they get off. I'm going to send you a message when they done got off, and then you can go back and watch it because that's what you do. That's how y'all do stuff. See, y'all know I'm real. So I'm going to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you how you do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tell you how you can do it, but you can still get the message out. You can still get the message out to people. And, you can still let them know what was being said, because I'm serious, because Facebook keep a count. You don't see who watch it, but you'll get a count, and then things like this will happen. You'll have 14 people that it'll show up live. Then you'll go and you'll wake up tomorrow and you'll have 1,000 views. And you say, where 986 views come from? Because they don't wait till after
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So for all the after people, God bless you. We love you. We thank God for you. Keep viewing and get this girl monetized.
Yes.
Keep viewing, get this girl monetized. Get it up to a point as to where it's noticed by people, you know. Do it. Send her suggestions, you know, of things that you
I'm
see.
real big on that.
Yeah, send
Anything you feel like I
suggestions.
should work on, just inbox me and let me know.
Yeah. Send her suggestions and let her know, you know, things that you see. Well, can we talk about this? Can we talk about that? You know, jump in on board with what's going on, because there are conversations that you crying about anyway. There are conversations that you bawling your eyes about, and you and your girlfriend keep talking about anyway. So might as well go ahead and let a public conversation come out of it so healing can take place. So a plug. Can I pay the plug? Huh? You give me permission to pay the plug for me? Can I pay the plug? Okay, can I?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, Girl Talk. Monthly, when I say pay the plug, I want to throw my
Of course.
yeah, let me pay the plug. Okay, so Girl Talk. Girl Talk is, I'm going to do it monthly. I would like to maybe get into twice a month, but I do know starting out, I'm going to be once a month. Girl Talk is for young ladies ages 16 and up. 16 and up. It was actually relaunched this past Friday. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It was. I actually got the recording for it. If you would like to listen to it, all you have to do is send me a message. Don't be afraid of me. I'm not hard, you know, I'm not mean. I am approachable, very, very approachable. And you can just say, you know, I would like to be able to listen to Girl Talk. However, I'll send you the link for you to go back to listen to it. Let me tell you something. Let me give you just a plug, an insight of how you can do. When I want to listen to things that people have ministered, while I'm getting dressed, that's an opportunity time for me. While I'm in the shower, I have a loudspeaker in my bathroom and I Bluetooth it and I allow that to play while I'm getting dressed, because I'm a 45-minute to an hour person to get dressed. So I take advantage of that time to listen to inspirational messages.
Right.
That's how you can set yourself as to where you're trying to figure out how you're going to have time. Okay, you can also get off your timeline sometime and let it play for you to be able to hear, to feed yourself. These are pointers. These are things that I do. But Girl Talk is going to be a monthly meeting. We've had the one with September. So then we're going to come again in October. I do get it that I did it on a Friday night. I get it that that's football, and I get it. But listen, if those of you that are very interested, if you would just send a message to say, can we do it on Thursday? Can we do it on Saturday? I don't mind doing it on Saturday as long as the tide ain't rolling that night.
Okay.
If they rolling that night, I'm going to cut you short. I can't do it. I can't do it. I have to help me coach. I can't do it. Okay, so I don't mind. I'm very versatile. I don't mind because I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm a servant unto you. You're not a servant unto me. I'm a servant unto you. So I'm available for you. I would like to have as many young ladies as possible that will come in and allow me to be able to pour into you, and also some other people to be able to pour into you, and for you to pour as well, because you got something to say. Everything about your life is not defeat. There are some things that you would have done good in. Some of you may have gone through a divorce, but you got a master's degree. Let's talk about that master's, baby, and how you overcame, you know, and were still able to go to school and still able to hold your job. See, you got something that you can bring to the table as well. So I would like to be able to bring all of us to the table to be able to talk about things that will bring healing to us all. So this is Girl Talk, this Life and Godliness Center that is here. It's located 100 West Covington Avenue in Ock, right downtown. If you go to the police, if you see the police station, you done passed us, and they there to protect us in case you act a fool in here, and I holler at them. But they right, so you know where you at, right downtown Ock, right downtown Ock, on the corner, 100 West Covington Avenue. This Life and Godliness Center, this is what I do. The same method you saw me use in this interview is pretty much the same method I use even in ministry. I'm not a hollerer. So I'm not going to go above the octave to which I'm in right now, I bet you. I don't scream, I don't holler. but I will pour something into you that will help your life develop if you will allow me to. We're here. We're not going to be an every Sunday place. I do know that. We are not going to be an every Sunday place, just so you know. We're breaking the back of tradition. We are not going to be in every Sunday. Sometime we may meet during the week. You know, it may be a Tuesday. The LG Center will be there Tuesday evening, 6:30 or whatever the case may be. We're not going to be in every Sunday because we cannot take on the stigma of a church. Okay. It can't, because that's not actually what's happening. You're learning life and godliness here. So you're going to learn. There's going to be sessions where we're going to talk about improving your credit score. There's going to be sessions where we're going to literally talk about life insurance. There's going to be sessions on Facebook. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You see, that's the only social media I use for real. Is Facebook. So you will literally, if you follow me on Facebook, it's Delphine Lee. On Facebook, Delphine Lee. Trim does have a page, which is Total Restoration Empowerment Ministry. You can go like and follow that page. I do have a personal page under Apostle Delphine Lee that I don't mess with half the time. I'm mostly on my page. Okay. So the way to really get me is my page. I just can't do it all. I'm not a social media person. I don't care for it. Mm-hmm. But you can, you can catch it there and be able to find out what's going on. But we're not going to be in every Sunday place because this is not about tradition. This is about your life and godliness. If it was just strictly about godliness, then yeah, we would do the traditional Sundays. But it's not. This is about life as well. So sometimes there's going to be different things. There are 2 magistrates that are a part of this ministry. Those magistrates are going to talk about certain things as far as some understanding certain laws concerning things. They're going to not counsel you as a lawyer, but let you know what little rights you may have, and let you know. One is going to talk about how to get your driver's license back, the steps that you need to take, and those type of things. We're going to inform you as it relates to things. There is computers in this place that you have access to be able to use, printers in this place that you have access to be able to use concerning things if you need to be able to do some things. We're making ourselves accessible for you as it relates to life. There is a box outside of this building that has food in it, that has toiletries and stuff in it when it's available out there outside of this, and it's for the public. It's literally for the public. So this is life and godliness, and you are more than welcome to come here. You are more than welcome to come here. You are more than welcome.
You don't feel invited.
Oh, you're invited.
You're invited.
You're invited.
And I feel like everyone should experience this amazing place because the atmosphere here is really, it's beautiful. Yeah. The people, just. I feel like you're such an amazing person, I gotta give a shout out to you behind the scenes.
Yeah. She is.
She really, her spirit, I could tell.
Yeah, she is.
Well, that is it for tonight on Let's Talk About It. I feel like we talked about a lot of things, and if you truly watch this video, it's a lot of things you can learn from this video and this amazing woman right here. I just thank you so much for being my guest and allowing me to, ask you a couple questions and everything.
Yep.
So,
like they say in the movie, shout out to my homies.
Let me stop.
Peace. Shout out to my people.
All right. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Man, shout out to y'all with great blessings of the Lord being upon you. May the Lord watch over us and keep us. May the Lord cause everything to work for you. I pray that what was said tonight will be a great inspiration to you, that it will be something that has been said that will encourage you along the way. I pray concerning your circumstances and your situations that they become better, that they literally become better, that you take on the tenacity of that as a courageous individual, and that you don't stop, that you can't stop, don't stop. Healing be your portion. In Jesus' name, thank y'all for having me. God bless.
I need a third party question because I had questions for both of y'all at the same time. Can you dive a little deeper into this right here? It was something Apostle said, and I was like, okay, yes, let's hit that a little bit more. This is the thing, y'all.
I want to do an actual YouTube thing where it's not live, because after I done recorded, people like Todd, when me and Todd got done, Todd had so much stuff that he actually wanted to say. He was just wanting to ask me, can I say this? You can say my baby mama gonna get mad if I say that. So it was like, dang, I really wish I could have like a pre-record